All right, it's Thursday, June 22nd. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and today we end up with a two down reversal looking day where we took out the low of the previous day, but we're closing green. And what that means going forward, a couple of things. First of all, it could set up a potentially exciting long trade for tomorrow, given that we've had a big uptrend in place and we're waiting for that pullback and we're waiting to get long. It's a short week, but given this reversal, it looks like we should take out the high of today, tomorrow, and then kind of reach our target, which is the high of Wednesday here. And then, we might even continue up higher. We'll see how the week ends. If we want to continue higher, maybe we'll get above the open of the week and turn this week green into kind of a momentum hammer inside bar kind of thing, but one that looks like it might want to be testing those highs again. So that's kind of, where things are at in terms of looking forward to tomorrow. But another thing in play is we were coming down, and I discussed how I bought puts here near the close or before the close, and then was anticipating taking out this low right here. And we kind of got there on the overnight action, but we didn't reach, we just missed that target on the when price opened this morning. So now we have two double bottoms, let's call it, just sitting here that are, I think at some point you're going to take that out. There's a lot of stops, but there's a lot of liquidity below here. So the bottom line is, tomorrow if we open up down and head down there, I'd be excited to get short and take that out. And if we head up and really can't make any significant, reversal back to the upside and we start down again, that would be a very exciting down trade for me to kind of take out those two stops at a minimum. So we'll kind of watch for that. But for now, you have to anticipate the trend back up. At some point, maybe you could see kind of like a fair value gap in this area. Maybe we get up there and then by next week we reverse lower. Any reversal lower, I really think this is going to be strong targets down here. So we'll keep that in mind. But in terms of today, what happened was right out of the gates, I discussed how I bought puts right around here yesterday overnight. I held on, it gapped down. I kind of scaled out just to set up an no-risk trade, and then I took a small gain once I saw opening price action kind of starting up. I mean, that's kind of the combination of expectations, getting down to this blue line, yet opening price action taking you the other way. So at that point, I discussed how I thought the trend of the day was likely up. And if you get that first pullback, maybe you want to try a long trade. And if you, wanted to buy this for whatever reason, even though you're in conflict, you're below the midpoint of the prior day, but you have an up, structure on the day. So this long trade ultimately you see within this big red bar, you just kind of stayed inside of it. You were just chopping around with the structure since you held this, first midpoint of the first bar pullback on that first pullback, all this action inside this bar in here is just kind of choppiness, and then eventually you work back to the upside, closing higher here. So, tomorrow we definitely anticipate heading higher. We'll see if this weekly chart, which is inside, how that closes at the end of the week, and then we can judge over if we have an inside bar. I'll get into that on the weekend update, I guess. But, we could definitely have a failure kind of move out of an inside bar. We can try to go up and then immediately go lower, maybe into next week, go through the halfway point of whatever this weekly bar forms, and then really target this low with very high probability. Again, I see these double stops here as something that's eventually going to be taken out, but we might have to just go up first. So that's kind of what it is today, and we'll just see how things end tomorrow to end the week.